Common nowadays. But it's pretty fun once you start getting down the right path. You know, it's scary, but you'll start realizing that the world makes a lot more sense. It doesn't make any sense if you're trapped in a false world, but once you actually start understanding the agenda and what's going on in this world, everything makes sense. And trust me, it's nice to be able to make a little bit of sense out of this chaotic world. But where were we at? What was I talking about? I thought I was talking. Oh yeah, CERN. That's right. I wanted to talk about CERN. I had an article I wanted to pull up here. So this is actually kind of a funny take on it, perhaps. I've never heard of this site, but I was kind of scrolling at just some of the top hits when I internet searched about the Large Hadron Collider being fired up again. And so here we are at dailyveracity.com. It says, CERN to restart on July 5th. Satanic particle accelerator to run at maximum speed in search of God particle. Now, throwing the satanic word in there is kind of fun and maybe necessary. I don't know, but they do call it the God particle. That is what they're part of the search, part of what's going on there. But and they have this great little tweet here from Shook God. It says, "Tell them niggas to stop fucking with them CERN machines." Okay, and the world's largest particle accelerator is set to restart on July 5th and operate at max capacity, reigniting questions and concern as to what exactly the secretive science facility is designed to do. The name CERN is believed to be derived from the Celtic pagan god Cernunnos. The Celtic root of Cernunnos is believed to translate to the Horned Ones, or in modern neo-paganism beliefs, Cernunnos, I guess is how you say him, represents Wiccan gods. Similarly, now this is interesting though, displayed on location just outside the main building at the CERN facilities in Switzerland is a permanent installation of the pagan god Shiva. Shiva is known as the destroyer of worlds. Yeah, kind of creepy. I mean, come on, really? I mean, did y'all guys have to put that there? You know there's conspiracy theorists out there. You know people read into things. And you're going to put Shiva, the destroyer of worlds, in front of your particle accelerator that you are smashing atoms together at extreme velocities, at extreme energy maximums, in search of the God particle, right? And you got Shiva there with her, pagan god with all her arms and stuff. It's literally there on campus, the destroyer of worlds. Okay, not freaked out at all. Nothing odd about that, right? Okay. The video drew international outrage, sparking alternative theories as to what exactly is going on in the secretive scientific facility in Switzerland. Then there's a video here. CERN, a cult ritual performed on the grounds of CERN. So we'll take a look at that. I'll play it for y'all. Okay. Oh, okay. Some people are walking out now. I was like, what's going on? Okay, yeah, that...
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Let's just watch that for a sec. Yeah, that's pretty weird. I mean, so what we're observing here is like somebody from a building across the street, perhaps, filming from their maybe second story window. And there's a bunch of people gathered around Shiva, the sculpture of Shiva at CERN. on the grounds of where the Large Hadron Collider is, and this is at night, and there's a group of people wearing black robes gathering around it in a kind of a semicircle. Okay, this guy got freaked out. Let me rewind it back a little. What did he see? What in the fuck? I didn't see any. It's hard to see what's going on here. He's got this person's kind of hosting this. They have a lighter. They grab something. Oh, okay. So that was a person laying on the ground there. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is like some kind of sacrificial ritual type thing. Ooh. It looks like he stabs her. It looks like, yeah, he made a stabbing motion. Good God. Let me watch this one more time. Okay, so that wasn't a flame. It looked like a flame to me because it was reflecting light from the torches around. They have like these ceremonial torches around. And dude straight up jabs that reflective knife-looking object into the sacrificial person there at the ground. Now, I don't know who that is, who's doing that. You know, who's to say? I'm not sure. It could be a bunch of weirdo scientists. It could just be some weird pagan kids or whatever, you know. But the weird thing is that that's going down there, and why would they choose that area? Well, why would any pagans choose that spot to do that? Well, why would you put a pagan god there? I mean, you know, it begs questioning. Ultimately, the footage was officially deemed a prank by scientists affiliated with the CERN project. Okay, see. Strangely enough, CERN has an entire art department where liberal artists from around the world converge to create national spectacles as seen during the opening ceremony of the Large Hadron Collider, where workers were depicted opening a gate to what is thought to be hell. And so now we have another video here. And yep, there's definitely some strange performance art here, like some dudes. Oh my God. First there was like a carriage ride going through, but now we've got a very demonic or like zombie-like, actually. It looks like all of the scientists walking in lockstep in a slow zombie form. They're all just facing forward, blank expressions, dead looks. Actually, their faces look very like creepy. Like I don't know if they used makeup on all these people, but they all have like a very like greenish, pale color to their skin, and their look on their face. Okay, maybe these aren't scientists. These are, obviously must be performers, because now they're doing all these synchronized kind of dance moves. But they started off with this just total like zombie thing. It was obviously a zombie thing, and then they kind of, I guess, now they're showing us how they're reanimated, right? Something. I mean, these people are weird. You gotta admit, this is weird. You know, I'm an artist and a scientist, so I can... Well, I'm not necessarily a scientist. Okay, I like science a lot. And I use the scientific method in my work and other things. Again, I probably more than some scientists do, because I don't see many scientists using the scientific method on their own theories, because if they did, they wouldn't believe what they believe, because there's plenty of evidence to say otherwise, and the logic is not sound. We'll get into a lot of that throughout this show, but this is a great example of like, well, let me look at this. Okay, that's even more creepy. Now they've got some kind of like, it looks like a trailer, like a trailer hitch, or even maybe like a open railroad cart container, but you know, an open one where you can see inside and there's people in it, and they're all strange, like they're all wearing just underwear, and they're flipping their hair around and just acting like weird zombies again. It does look very occult and dark and kind of evil. It looks, like ritualistic. And I don't understand that. So, this whole idea of like being of the scientific mind, you're supposed to be like beyond this stuff, You're supposed to be like not seduced by God or Satan or any of this spiritual crap, right? You're supposed to think it's all bogus. And, well, I mean, you could have your beliefs, all right? Yeah, sure, there's Christian scientists. And I guess then, there's pagan scientists, right? I mean, if there's Christian scientists, there's got to be some... These people, apparently, are fans of paganism. I mean, why would you have pagan gods all around, statues on the grounds of your facility, and then have these like weird pagan occult like rituals going on with like zombie like forms? It's all too creepy. It's all not even really like good art. It's not tasteful art. It's not scientific art. And I make scientific art. And I've seen plenty of other scientific artists too. I've been in a book with other artists who are scientists. Most of them were scientists first who make art. I'm friends with several of them. And we don't make weird, creepy shit like this, okay? Not unless we're trying to be weird and creepy and creep people out. And why would you want to do that? What's the point of that? Are you trying to make this idea of CERN and the particles accelerator? Are we trying to make this creepy, or do we want to give ammunition to the skeptics and to the Christians and whoever that have something to say that don't think this is a good idea? You're giving everybody plenty of ammunition. It's dumb. You got to be the dumbest scientist in the world to think that was a good idea. I mean, it's the worst marketing idea ever to say, hey, I mean, I just want to know who was the jackass who signed off on that, or whose idea was that? He's like, hey, we're going to be opening CERN soon. What do you guys think? How about we do like a pagan ritual, and we'll have a ton of people dressed up like us, like us scientists with our jumpsuits on, like scientists and astronauts, and we'll just all look like a bunch of zombies, and then who get reanimated, and then we'll be in our underwear and we'll be flipping our hair around on some kind of trailer. I mean, great. Excellent. I mean, I think this will really inspire the people, right? This will really instill faith in the world for science. Oh, look, there's more. As if that wasn't enough, here we go. Gothard Tunnel opening ceremony. Still on demon. Still on demon time. This is so insane. Like, this should be false. This should not be real. I can't believe this is real, actually. I've never seen this before, actually. I'm really glad I pulled this up for the show here, because this is kind of fun. You're seeing my real-time reaction to this. Okay, so now there's like this performance going on outside with the same weirdo, like, zombie people in jumpsuits. Now they're climbing some fake wall and falling off of it. And then they're dancing about in strange... Oh God, they're taking their clothes off. Oh my... I mean, they're still have their underwear covering their nude parts, but it's just... bad taste. It's not impressive. Again, I'm getting dark vibes. I mean, I can see why people are creeped out by this. What the fuck are you guys doing? Oh my God. I mean, that's fun. At least you got some... No, never mind. No. No. Oh, you had to do it, right? I mean... Just in case there was any doubt, we have a man with some kind of like goat fucking headdress. Not kidding you. Oh, and we've got some scarab beetle people coming down. That's kind of interesting. Because I know about the scarab beetle. That has a lot to do. That symbolized rebirth to the ancient Egyptians. Oh, and now we got some weird tool-like eye thing. But man, yeah, back to the dude with the goat head. He's now laying on the ground with his legs spread equal. And this is not very good art. Sorry. Yeah, and so now we've got some people dancing around doing some kind of like Blue Man Group garbage, but like in their red jumpsuits, and it had like some circles and almost looked like gears. And it just gets more and more absurd. I mean, there's just people dancing around, looking like fools with these big paper mache heads, flailing about while they're being lifted to where looks like they're flying and stuff like that. A lot of flailing, a lot of like falling down, falling to their knees. Now they're like bowing to a clock, as if it's some kind of celebration of, who knows, the destruction of the space-time continuum. I mean, that's what it seems like, right? Because let's be honest, what is going on at CERN? We are tapping into the energies of the Big Bang, all right? That's what they're doing. They are, in fact, we're slamming particles together to simulate the conditions of the Big Bang. And that's why we keep slamming them harder and harder, because we're trying to get bigger and bigger bursts of bangs, because we're making little mini Big Bangs, right? And kind of like little bangs. And we're observing the particles that fly off of that, because we're getting to see how the early universe started, and it's helping to understand the standard model better and to confirm some of our beliefs about it, which I'm all for. I'm totally down with that. I'm actually have been very excited about CERN, and I'm excited to see what happens tomorrow. But this is insane, and this makes me kind of do a double take. Actually, this makes me question everything, because I'm like, again, like, why? Why would you bring all that here? I mean, you could have brought, if you're going to go that route, if you wanted to be all like occultic, like, I don't know, like, well, why not just do like why didn't y'all pick a Jesus theme? I don't know. Or an Allah theme, hell. Buddha. Anything that like represented somebody that was like supposed to be good, and like, anything but the goat god, the one that we all associate with the goat, could it be Satan? Yeah, y'all guys are fucking around with the wrong imagery. I'll tell you that. And I wouldn't do that. It's just... Okay, let's read on a little more. Scientists with CERN declared their discovery of the Higgs boson particle, more popularly known as the God particle. Almost forgot that was the supposed God particle. And so that happened back in 2012, which is kind of fun date too. Remember, that was all like the date that supposedly the Mayan calendar ended or something, and the world was supposed to end. So let's see here. They've got another video here of a guy. What is the God particle? We might roll that. Maybe, are we rolling that? Let's roll it. Okay. The conversation surrounding CERN is ultimately overwhelmed by its well-funded arts department and a large budget for media. It is believed that the art department for CERN is designed to generate interest in the sciences while redirecting inquiry away from the science of CERN and more towards the hypothesized theological issues surrounding the project. I think you missed the mark with that one. This is one of those things. It's like I'm seeing a lot with the current global overhaul and the current administration here in the U.S. It's almost like everything they say they're doing is like the exact opposite. When they say they try to help you, they're actually trying to kill you by shutting down all the paying farmers not to sell their crops, paying farmers to burn their crops and not sell their meat. That is actually happening. There's reports and videos of farmers explaining this ad nauseum on TikTok and all over the web. So check it out if you don't believe me. It's totally happening. And this is a forced collapse, all right? As far as the economy, this did not need to happen. The first chip to fall in this was, of course, the first lockdown under Trump, which was his biggest mistake by far. I will be critical of him where he needs to be criticized, and that was the hugest blunder. In fact, possibly the most unforgivable thing that I could imagine. And it really sucked, that coming from a guy who'd done so well with the economy and fixing all of the screwed up trade deals and all that stuff. So, wow. But yeah, Biden pretty much just picked that ball up and ran it through the end zone last year, and that's why you don't hear fireworks right now. Let's see here. So yeah, they said that the art was supposed to get people more interested in the science and not worried about the theological issues, which they totally missed the mark on that. Everything in the art was reminiscent of theological issues, had nothing to do with the science. This was completely opposite of what they were saying they wanted to do. This was like almost like a opera or some kind of performance. This was like a play for Shiva or something. This was not anything but super occultic and ritualistic and non-scientific, which is the biggest beef I have with it. So yeah, buckle up. CERN is firing up today with a record-breaking 13.6 electrovolts.
Get ready! July 5th, CERN will be doing run 3 of their particle collider at a record-breaking 13.6 trillion electrovolts. Father Andrew Pinsett, a former particle physicist at CERN and also a priest, has been asked, how can you be a priest and believe in the Big Bang? And his response, we invented it. Or more precisely, George Lemaitre did, and everybody should know who he is. Outside of CERN's headquarters is a statue of Shiva, the Destroyer. CERN stands for Cernonos, a god who had a stag's head and had a friend who had ram's horn and a serpent-like body. In 1989, CERN invented the World Wide Web. That's weird, because W is like WA, W-A-W, the 6th letter of the Hebrew alphabet. No, wait, that wouldn't be WA, 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 666. What do you think they're really doing at CERN? What if the World Wide Web is hosting the Antichrist energy? They're not trying to create the God particle. Only God can create. They just might be trying to create the Antichrist energy and hosting a World Wide Web that you can work through to affect you and I. So buckle up and get ready, because July 5th is going to be a big day that CERN created.
Whoa. Oh boy. Houston, we got a problem. Wow. I really want to talk to some scientists about this crap. I really want to hear their explanations for some of this, occult imagery that was completely unnecessary and has definitely given any conspiracy theorist all the ammo they need to say that you guys are satanic. And in fact, I'm starting to think you're satanic. Why'd you do it? Why, or pagan at least? You certainly aren't like just, non-religious. You guys certainly are not all about the science. Because if you were, you wouldn't be putting pagan gods and Shiva all over the place, right? You wouldn't have the guy with the goat head on, dancing about, spread eagle. You wouldn't have all these weirdo art dancers getting half naked, flailing about looking like zombies. You guys are weird. You need help. Okay? You need help. You may need Jesus. I don't know. I don't feel like I need Jesus. But I'm not putting goat heads on and flailing about and praising Shiva and having sacrifice and mock rituals like that to at the ceremonies. So let's see here. Let's carry on here a little bit longer with this because it's a pretty interesting little article here on dailyveracity.com. Every employee of CERN, whether they're a scientist or artist, assumes a nihilistic worldview, ultimately conforming to the idea that human beings are in total control of the universe. One pair of scientists working at CERN have dedicated their lives to measuring the color of the sky and calculating the human impact on its hue. In the Middle Ages, we believed in the place of God in the heaven. Today, we have to admit that we have a part in shaping the sky. Like all the changes occurring because of climate change, it scares us. And at the same time, we have no choice but to take responsibility for what we do. Ultimately, it would appear the scientists with CERN are more concerned with the theological aspects of discovering the God particle than theologians themselves. I'd have to agree with that. And have held multiple forums on developing a common language between Christians and scientists surrounding the discrepancies of the theory of the Big Bang. Nonetheless, CERN is set to restart its operations at maximum capacity today.
If you are excited about the restart of the Large Hadron Collider at CERN, then put the 5th of July into your calendars because this is the day when the Large Hadron Collider will start colliding particles at the highest energy we've ever done before. Looking forward to it.
Okay, yeah. Great. So, thank you, Denise Sosa. Maybe you'd like to come on the show too, and we can you could tell us what's up with the Shiva and the goat head guy and all the weird zombie-like behavior there. Tell us why you think that's a good idea. I'm pretty sure you don't have a good answer. I don't have. What's a good reason for that? What's a good reason for pagan and satanic rituals at the ceremony opening the Large Hadron Collider? You guys tainted it for me. I can't even look at this thing the same way anymore. And I just wish you guys wouldn't have done that. You could have just left it alone. Just let it be science, Again, God fucking damn, man. Like, did you have to get all satanic with your science? Couldn't you have just been neutral? I don't need a Christian scientist, and I don't need a freaking pagan scientist. I just need a scientist. I just need somebody unbiased. That's what science is. It's unbiased. It's scrutinizing, and we don't have that. We have a bunch of weird ideological misfits running the show, man. It's creepy. None of y'all people should be there. If you believe in that crap, if you're into like praising pagan gods. Like, you don't belong in the scientific community, in my opinion, honestly. Like, you have just as little of a place there as a priest does, and actually probably a bit less, because at least the priest is into like something that, you know, he's trying to like preach good, and I don't think, you know, he's not trying to like open portals to hell or anything. You know, that's kind of cool that he's not doing that. So anyways, and then now that leads into the Mandela Effect. And if you have not heard of that, boy, that is a fun rabbit hole to go down into on the interwebs. And you will find lots of fun things. So the Mandela Effect is this strange occurrence that actually people say, and I never heard of it until, around probably 2000, after 2012, when the first LHC particle collisions had occurred. And so that's what people say, is that when they started smashing atoms together at these ridiculous energy levels, that it created a rift in the fabric of space-time. And as a result, our reality is being intermingled with other realities where things are slightly different. And that's why people are starting to find that we have memories of things that no longer exist, or that are changed and different. The coining of the phrase Mandela Effect is because of one of the strangest occurrences of this, which is that most people remember Nelson Mandela dying in prison. And there's even a book that mentions him dying in prison. But in this reality, he didn't die in prison. And he continued to live on for many years. So it's kind of strange, though, that everybody, or not everybody, because again, some of the people in this reality are from this one, but then some of us have come from a merged alternate reality or other universe in the massive, endless sea of multiverses, of the multiverse. So there's plenty other examples of this. Probably a lot of them are just people's memories being wrong, strange things that you didn't realize that they were spelt that way. But some of them, I think there's something going on. I don't know. It's just weird. Some of these memories, it's a bit odd to think that that many people remember something like that, and it's just not true. So that's why some people think that this is what's happening, and so I'm curious to see what has changed now, as of today, July 5th, 2022. Now that they've refired up the Large Hadron Collider at higher energies than ever before, we should perhaps see some more Mandela effects, maybe even some more extreme ones. Who knows what to expect with these weird pagans and their cutting edge science. What they're doing is, in fact, again, let's not forget, it's completely admitted what they're doing. There's no hiding it. They're creating little big bangs, and what could you expect? I mean, a big bang is what started the universe, right? And so you're creating a big bang, even on a small scale. So what are you doing? I mean, we don't know. That's why we're doing it, right? We're experimenting. And that's the cutting edge of science. But at the same time, if we're doing if we're recreating the situation that started the universe, it stands to reason that you might actually be creating new universes, right? I mean, come on, is it really that hard? Is it that big of a leap? You made little tiny universes. Maybe they came and went within a nanosecond or whatever in our reality. But there's so much we don't know about this reality that anybody who dismisses this idea, you're the closed-minded one, and you have no vision or imagination whatsoever, and I probably don't have anything in common with you, so I don't care. This is amazing. You are creating mini Big Bangs, and think about it. Think about string theory. String theory is the idea that there is more spatial dimensions wrapped up inside the three dimensions, the three spatial dimensions that we live in right now. That they're just so tiny that they're packed in a way that we just can't see them. So you're smashing these atoms together and you're recreating the Big Bang, and then these little particles are flying off, and then it kind of just dissipates, right? Well, where do you think it's going? Well, I think string theory might have a good idea. Maybe it's going into one of those little dimensions, huh? Maybe that's where things go when your little Big Bang, when you create a Big Bang inside of a universe that already exists, maybe it kind of escapes out through the other dimensions and kind of wormholes out onto another, creates another full-blown universe. I don't know. You say, I'm sure, okay, it doesn't have enough energy, right? It doesn't have enough energy to do that. Well, we don't know all the rules here, okay? You don't know what you're doing. We don't know what we're playing with. A little humility would be useful. So I definitely want to talk to people about that. I think that would be interesting to have some scientists come on, and they can enlighten me and fill me in on the science a little more, and I can fill them in a little more on what the public thinks of that, and let them know how stupid they are for doing these kind of pagan and satanic looking rituals at their ceremonies. And I'd really like to ask them, what the fuck is on your mind? What the fuck were you thinking? Okay. And also, how do you fucking support that? Because that's fucking weird. That's not even cool. You know what? I'm into dark art a little bit. I like me some dark art. I love horror movies. I'm a metalhead. I write metal. I've been writing metal music since I was like 12 years old. I'm about as metal as you can get, honestly, and I will challenge you to that, by the way. But yeah, let's do a metal off. Let's see who's more metal. I am more metal. Okay. But anyways, let's just check it out. I wouldn't put that shit at the beginning of my show. Nope. Ozzy didn't do anything that dark. Alice Cooper. And these are rock stars and metal stars, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you would expect it from them. So I don't expect that from scientists. Y'all let me down again. And keep doing it. We're going to get into a lot more of how much science has let me down and my research on topics that are taboo. And that if you are a university professor and you want to gain tenure, you will not tell the truth about, because the establishment will wreck your career. And that's how follow the money. That's how science works today. They keep telling me to follow the science, but the science keeps leading me to where the money goes. And where does the money come from? And when you follow the money, then you know where the science comes from. These people are just people, all trying to make a living. And think about it, most of them, why did they become a scientist? Sure, there's an interest, but is it known to be a pretty good paying field? I think so, yeah. I think a lot of people who go into the science and medical fields, we all know it's a secure job and it's good pay, right? Everyone has a price, at least most of us do, and I've learned from experience too that a lot of these people are not as altruistic as you would wish they would be. A lot of these people are just collecting a paycheck, man. It's sad. It really is sad. We need more people who actually care. So that is a great segue into the final cut here, which is my COVID-19 update. That part got banned by YouTube. See the full vlog at rumble.com. Search Vincent Fink. Please like, subscribe for more, and most of all, share this vital information.